Hill TV, keeping you in the know.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يوم تشهد عليهم ألسنتهم وأيديهم وأرجلهم بما كانوا يعملون يومئذ يوفيهم الله دينهم الحق ويعلمون أن الله هو الحق المبين الخبيثات للخبيثين والخبيثون للخبيثات والطيبات للطيبين والطيبون للطيبات أولئك مبرؤون مما يقولون لهم مغفرة ورزق كريم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Now we continue our Dars from where we ended before we broke off for National Majlis Qudam al-Ahmadiyya Ijtima. We had seen, as emphasized in the beginning of this Surat Al-Nur, that matters or issues discussed in this verse pertain to our day-to-day activities and also our domestic and social life. The chapter started with the issues pertaining to adultery. And we saw that the punishment for one caught involved in adultery is 100 lashes. And this should not be done secretly. There should be members of the society witnessing this punishment. In the modern world of today, this appears to be a severe punishment. Because today, adultery or fornication, zina, is not considered to be an offense. In many courts of law, the punishment is a mere payment of a paltry price. And somebody walks away. That if you catch somebody eloping with your wife, it is not a court, is not a case in the court of law. One has to pay very little amount. That is the modernistic concept. But from the Islamic point of view, fornication or adultery that having sexual knowledge outside the wedlock is such a heinous act and very harmful to the very existence of mankind. If a couple, a married couple, gets a disease, a sexually transmitted disease, it can be controlled and it can be cured. But if it is allowed to spread in the society, that people get involved in immoral acts freely, it will be extremely difficult to control such diseases. And most defamations in many people is due to sexually transmitted diseases. All other diseases can be controlled, but that is a type of disease, I mean STDs, that is directly injected in the human body system. And it starts immediately to affect the health, not only the health, the well-being of the physical organs of the person, but even it affects the future progeny. So to control and to limit this immorality, Islam has instituted a severe punishment. So that people should desist in order to save mankind from unnecessary and unwarranted defamations. Some of these defamations are in our normal organs, the legs, the hands, and in many cases, even mental deformations have been registered as the result of these sexually transmitted diseases. Then we saw next, there is another stance of somebody claiming or accusing another of committing adultery. False accusations is also a heinous crime in Islamic teaching. That for the sake of tarnishing the image of another, this accusation could be used as a weapon. Islam also has put in place a measure to curb such misconducts. That such a person who is mongering such accusations, false accusations, if that person fails to produce witnesses, should be flogged or should be given 80 lashes. We also saw that there is also a case whereby a husband catches his wife in adultery, but at that moment there is no witness to witness that. The man has run away and the wife is there, but really the husband, or in other sense, the wife has sinned. But there is no witness because the husband or the wife was not prepared for what was witnessed. Suddenly coming back home, you are not aware of what is taking place. One finds the wife or husband in such an immoral act. And there is no witness. What should be done? In that case, Qur'an has instituted a system in place that they should as it has been stated, that each should give an oath, utter an oath, five times. The husband who has caught his wife in such an act, and there is no 4 witnesses, but is sure he has seen the act, has to bear witness. The first 4 oaths should say that I'm right, I have witnessed this 4 times, that I'm solemnly right and affirm that I have witnessed, I have seen my wife involved in this immoral act with another man. And I'm right in that 4 times. And the 5th should say, if what I'm saying is a lie, then I should bear the curse or the wrath of Allah. And on the other side, the wife has to bear witness to avert, to give an oath, saying that really what the man is saying is lying, and should utter this 4 times. And the 5th time, she should say that anger, if I'm saying lies and the man is right, then the anger or wrath of Allah should be upon me. The man says, the curse of Allah should be upon me. And the woman says, the wrath, the anger of Allah should be upon me. And there and then there is separation. They no more trust each other. That marriage is fasakh. We also saw that in the world today, there are well-established industries which revolve around these misconducts. And these misconducts have become commercialized. We know fornication, it is now a very big economic industry. Most hideouts, lodges, hotels, beaches, stripping areas, they are prepared for the sake of earning money. And there are people who sell their bodies. Women sell their bodies to earn money. And the people put in place such places. Somebody goes, finishes his thirst, and he pays money. That's an industry. The industry of calumniating and false accusing others of having such misconducts in these days is also a very big industry. That for the sake of either tarnishing the image of others or to earn money, people have mastered the art of false accusations and blackmailing others by accusing them of illegal sexual misconduct with those outside their marriages. And they extract money from those falsely accused for the sake of protecting their image. This is also a well-established industry with people framing others. They pose some minor girls and they teach them what to say, and they blame the wealthy, the elderly, and those elderly, for the sake of saving their honor, they pay some amount. That's also a well-established industry. So we did discuss this from the beginning. Then also we saw another industry of people exchanging false information, misinformation. It is also an industry, well established. Part of it is journalism. That through modern means of communication, newspapers, TVs, radios, and on WhatsApp platforms, social media, false information is exchanged. It has also become a very, very big industry which you cannot break down. But here the Holy Quran says that don't think that is bad for you. If there is an industry of informing the people, it is not bad. But if others are using it falsely to circulate false information, it is also good for the believers to be conscious of their movements, of their words, of their acts. That somebody will take advantage of your carelessness to label an accusation against you. So that's also an industry. Now, going back to our Darsul of today, it starts with the verse 24, chapter 24. That says, إن الذين يرمون المحصنات الغافلات المؤمنات, those people who falsely attack the chastity of innocent believing women, لعنوا في الدنيا والآخرة, they are to be punished in the world and hereafter. وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ, and such people, to them is a severe and grievous punishment. Here is a warning to those who would be involved in tarnishing the image or attacking the chastity of innocent believing women. That Allah punish them here and hereafter. Why women have been specified here is simply because of the two, the man and the woman. A woman is the one who is incapable of defending herself in an open argument. A woman may have so many words to say to the husband. When a woman starts quarreling, the husband at home, you cannot win that quarrel. But when it comes to defending herself in public, she is incapable. After a few words, she starts crying. So some people take advantage of labeling such fake accusations against her. So Allah has taken that to himself to protect that lady who is falsely accused of unchastity. And you hear people saying that Islam does not take care of the girl child. And here we find so many verses of the Holy Quran defending the cause of the women, and a complete chapter, one of the biggest chapters, the Holy Quran, is devoted to the cause of the girl child. Now, continuing with that punishment, in chapter and verse 25, Allah says, on the day of resurrection, يَوْمَ تَشْهَدُ عَلَيْهِمْ أَلْسِنَتُهُمْ. That is the day when of free will one's tongue shall bear witness against him. وَأَيْدِيهِمْ, and their hands also shall bear witness against a person. وَأَرْجُلُهُمْ, and even their legs shall bear witness against them. بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ, confirming what they were doing. It was also a prophecy which has come to pass correctly in a real world, material world, that in the past, man did not possess such instruments like lie detectors and the forensic system of detecting the place where somebody has touched, that is the thumb, or to detect movement of man in those days. But in these days, we have this in place. We have lie detectors. If you are telling lies, it will detect that you are telling lies. And if you touch something, they will actually detect it through forensic system. And they can also recreate the scene of crime. This is what the whole Quran is saying. If it is done in this material world by humans, you mean Allah is unable to produce witness from your own organs confirming of your misconducts and misdeeds on the day of resurrection? Definitely he has all that powers. Verse 26 continues to state, يَوْمَئِذٍ يُوَفِّيهِمُ اللَّهُ دِينَهُمُ الْحَقَّ. On that day, Allah will pay them in full of their just due. وَيَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْحَقُّ الْمُبِينُ. And on that day, those who doubt the existence and the strength and capability of Allah, they will know that Allah is indeed the manifested truth. Verse 27 says, Al-khabithatu lil-khabithin. There should be a distinction between virtue and evil. Now, misbehaviors are only due to the evil charactered men and women, and virtue, righteousness, good, is attributed to وَطَيِّبِينَ وَطَيِّبَاتُ لِطَيِّبِينَ, to the virtuous and righteous men and women. here we are told that right from the beginning, one should be careful of his characters and the company you associate with. If you do associate yourself with the people who are given to evil conduct, you will eventually end up also being evil. Most especially the children in schools, they take up peer groups. It depends to which group are you attached with. If the group is bad, you should avoid it, or else you will follow those bad habits and characters and misconducts. Similarly, if somebody associates with those who are good, he develops the tendency of virtue and righteousness. Even the whole Qur'an teaches us that kunuma sadiqin, you should associate with those who are righteousness, who are righteous, those who are good, who are truthful. For those who are truthful, if one takes on the company of the righteous people, good people, truthful people, and it is known that you associate with the good, not the bad, ulaika mubarrauna mimma yaqulun. Such people will be not touched or affected but by what others think of them. Because you are known that you attach yourself with good people, you move with good company. And whatever is said, it will fall off as false accusation. But if you do associate yourself with an evil company, even if you are innocent, you will be counted among those who are evil. So it is up to somebody to choose the company you should associate yourself. Now, those who choose good company, lahum maghfiratun, they will get forgiveness, warizqun kareem, and honorable provision. Here also there is a message for us in the social structure, that some people do associate themselves with the evil persons for the simple sake of getting some material provisions, material benefits. And do think that if they associate themselves with the righteousness, they will not flourish in their trade and will not get their provisions. It is a false concept to think that, say, if you are running a business, the business cannot grow when you are wholly truthful. It can. Most people think that business grows through cheating. And the Holy Quran tells us that such businesses, such indulgences get easily destroyed. Allah the Almighty, when discussing the dangers of interest and asari, He says, فَأَذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. You should prepare yourself for such battles with Allah. That this riba or interest which is accumulated is a cause of violence and war in the world. And Hazrat Muslim Maud radiallahu anhu was stated that all the wars fought in this modern world are based on falsely acquired wealth. And as a result, wars erupt, which cause much suffering to mankind. So Allah here assures the righteous people that if you run your business, your commercial industry based on truth and righteousness, still you can flourish greatly and honorably. And these businesses have been conducted for so many years, and the people are flourishing. They don't cheat, no interest. Even if some Muslims are running certain banks, Islamic banks, which are interest-free. Somebody coming to take a loan, it means he's needy. If he's giving, he's asking for, say, 1 million shillings, it means he has not got it. If you give him that 1 million shilling as a loan, and then say that you should bring in payment 200,000 etc. in addition to that 1 million, where shall he get that 200 etc.? He's already short of 1 million. And he will take time to pay. Now you emburden him with another amount, which is indeed injustice to that person. Whereas you can get the loan back as you gave to that person and not incur any loss. And if somebody fails to pay, the conditions are such that he cannot meet the conditions, cannot pay in time, the Holy Quran says, give him extra time. If he's totally unable to pay, leave it to him as sadaqah. Allah will multiply your wealth because you have given up as sadaqah to the person who is unable to pay back. I have all the time emphasized that all these laws, all the arrangements from Allah the Almighty, sending the prophets, revealing the divine books, raising Khilafat and the Mujaddideen, the whole thing revolves upon creating such a society which is based on truth and righteousness. The whole exercise towards that. So let us hope Allah. Let us hope, let us pray Allah enables us to come up with such a righteous society. Salaam alaikum.
Hill TV, keeping you in the know.